Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Commanders. Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needed 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Howell, and he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Third and long, here's Howell. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Washington going to send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. That one of the many games we'll be watching around the NFL here these final few weeks of the campaign. Benjamin St. Juste there on the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Hubbard again. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chuba Hubbard with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Right back to Hubbard. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Yellow.
Hubbard is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Howell. He finds his man, complete. It's Sherman, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a give, right side. Sherman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Powell from the gun. Looking middle, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Hardman on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. A give, running right, it's Hubbard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
But that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Faking the handoff. Howell. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
On 2nd and 10, Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Howell. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Buying time to his left. He'll give this one to Kelsey. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing here, Howell. And he comes back with one complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain near. To pick up the first down, now to be 4th and short.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Here's Hardman to return.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers from others to make the play. Not in this case.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
13 yards there and a Washington first. Was that a design pass or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Howell. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Caldwell. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Up the middle they go. It's Sherman, and he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
And the Washington first down. First down at the 23-yard line.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Sherman. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On 3rd down, it's Sherman. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Now throwing on first down here. He finds his man complete. That's Sherman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Out of the air on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On second down now, it's Sherman, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try.
Howell down to throw it.
He's got Turner. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 32 that time.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this foot. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Commanders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people that can't see this, but you got a ball in your hands now, and you got the thing locked in pretty well. You got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
73 yards on the ground for Hubbard as that last run a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And does Washington have it? They do.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the fourth. Following the fumble recovery, Howell. Throw left side complete. That's Turner.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
On second down, it's Sherman. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Powell to throw. This is caught. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Howell. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trent McDuffie with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Hubbard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.